Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 669 and Doubleshot number 573. Two Marvel trades. First up, it is Deadpool versus Old Man Logan. Yep, collecting a 5-issue limited series. Written by Duncan Slavy. He's the writer of the series. And the artwork in here is done by Mike Henderson. Yep, it's another verse series Deadpool has had. Yeah, he's done several of these. I mean, he's had a verse with Gambit, Thanos. I guess the reason why they did this because Old Man Logan series is a bestseller for Marvel, and they kind of figured, oh, why not have two of Marvel's biggest hit of an ongoing series go head to head? And these two are fighting over a girl who has the ability to transport inanimate objects to her, and she tried to transport her own father. It's revealed that her father did die because of her abilities by pure accident, and it's kind of like, okay, this is one particular miniseries. I kind of felt disappointed with the ending of the series because I thought their fighting was fine, but here's the problem with the series. The girl they were chasing after really was basically a murderer in a way, and she basically turns evil, and it's left on a cliffhanger that I don't think anybody will bother to resolve by the time basically you read this book. I mean, as far as I know, since this miniseries has ended, it has not been brought off the pages of Deadpool. Nope, and it's not even brought up in the pages of Old Man Logan, though they do mention Deadpool's daughter Ellie in here. She's referenced in here once, though I don't know if Scotty Young is going to reference her in the current book. Yeah, the miniseries overall was pretty good up until the ending of it. So this was a bit of a disappointing of a series, unlike other miniseries for Deadpool versions. They're all really good through and through, and this one was good up until the finale. Yep. So I was kind of disappointed with the ending of it, but it was still a pretty good series. I kind of like the story for this. It was pure funniness. It was pure awesomeness and fun. I'm going to give this book roughly a 9 out of 10. Alright, next up is the final trade for series that a few people agree with me on this one that should never have been canceled, but yet Marvel Access series after only 16 issues. Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, Volume 3, Family Reunion, collecting Hawkeye, Volume 5, issues 13 to 16, and Generations Hawkeye and Hawkeye number 1. Yeah, the first thing in here is the Generations Hawkeye one-shot, which kind of is something that came out during Secret Empire. Yeah, where Kate, along with several other superheroes, got sent to the past. Like, it was her, Miles, Falcon got sent back there too. The original Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, got sent back. I'm trying to think though. Riri got sent through time though. It's ever since the past. She was sent to the future, where she met Tony Stark when he was Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah, it was a really good one. Generations was basically Kate ended up on an island. Oh, and by the way, the Generation one shot is written by the series writer Kelly Thompson, which I appreciate. Oh yeah, there's also one they did for the 2 Jean Greys as well, which that one's written by Dennis Hopeless, which is really good. Yep. Yeah, where they ended up on the island and they ran into. Apparently, this is before Hawkeye met Bullseye, because Bullseye is referenced. I think he makes a brief appearance here, and then she runs into the source like, yeah, he's like the swordsman. Just a second. Okay, my apologies for that. My niece said to come in. Anyways, yeah. And he's he does like swordsman like, and Kate's like your former mentor. Yeah, because she knows all about the swordsman. As far as I know, this is the first time Kate has ever met the swordsman, because up until about 8 years ago, the swordsman was dead. Yeah, he got killed off in Giant Size Avengers #1, and he'd been dead for a long time until he was brought back in the events of Chaos War, which apparently he's still alive, and yet nobody at Marvel bothers to acknowledge the fact he's alive. Yet they acknowledge Dr. Drew is alive, but as for almost everybody else who came back, I mean, they do acknowledge Alpha Flight being alive, but in the case of Swordsman, nope. Galvin, we mentioned that he's alive, or any other people who were brought back in Chaos War, Dead Avengers. It's completely unknown if they went back to the dead, because it was one of those loose ends left hanging. I mean, the only thing that was left hanging was that people would definitely confirm that Alpha Flight came back, which that was a good thing. I think that was one thing people. That was like the first thing people. That's first thing that people at Marvel did that Bendis did do, which he basically killed off Alpha Flight with Sasquatch. Yep, but yeah, and that particular one shot is brought up in this final story arc, which has Kate Kate is taken by this woman who actually is one of the Swordsman's other apprentice. Oh, by the way, the Swordsman, I should mention, the Swordsman has a daughter called the Swordswoman, and like him, he's from France, and he never knew this woman existed at all. So I'm wondering though if they're ever gonna have possibly I hope that this happens, that Clint meets his mentor's daughter. I hope to God that happens. Yeah, I had to bring it up. That happened in events. That was brought up in Nick Spencer's run for Avengers World, a fantastic series. Too bad I got axed at 21 issues like this one is. This is one of those many good titles that Marvel just didn't care to promote. So I think it was really good. Yep. So Kate is basically, and also about Mad Mask, because obviously, because Mad Mask is Kate Bishop's only villain that she has of her own, despite the fact she's an Iron Man villain. Yep. Oh yeah, and for some reason, and this is by far, I don't think even Kelly Thompson bothered to explain this. Like, why in the world is Madame Mask basically using a cloned body of Kate Bishop to be in? No idea why. Yeah, this has by far never been explained. Yeah, of why in the world she's in a cloned body. So, yeah. So they team up and they take down Madame Mask, and of course, they do kind of they rescue her kidnapped villain father, and he, of course, gets away. And then the series kind of ends abruptly. Like, you could have told more story here, but no, we have to axe this series for possibly due to low sales. I heard a rumor this series was being canceled last year due to the fact that apparently people were saying, "Oh, this series was being involved with SJW stuff." No, this series never put anything promoting SJW stuff in this comic book. There was nothing here about that at all. So I'm thinking, though, what in the world are people talking about when it comes to SJW stuff? And they accuse this series. They put this series as one of those series that are associated with SJW, like America and Iceman. This series had nothing to do with it at all. It was just a female archer in a major city being a PI and beating up bad guys, just like the Robin Hood ongoing series was. And yet Marvel just didn't care to promote this thing at all. Yeah, this was a fantastic series, and here's kind of the thing. This is basically one of Marvel's biggest problems, and they still have not fixed this problem. Well, with the exception of the X books. Okay, let's resume after my second interruption by my niece. Anyways, yes. So, oh yeah, and this is something I thought was really weird. That when they show a young version of Kate Bishop, apparently she's wearing the same exact outfit she wears in present day, which I thought that was a little bizarre. Yeah. So what are they gonna do with Kate Bishop now? Well, she's in the West Coast Avengers series. Oh yeah, and the character who kind of think for her the whole series, so she does basically a relationship with. Yeah, she gets part of the West Coast, like she gets part of the West Coast Avengers, like American Savage, which I don't have a problem with the part of a group. It's just that when they try to give an ongoing series, the series was awful. And this is something also I should point out though. They advertised her be in this particular series, but I've read all 16 issues of this particular run, and she no-showed this whole series. The only characters outside of the main Hawkeye cast who show up in this series was Clint, which was not a surprise because, well, they're partners, and of course, Jessica Jones. And that's it. They're the only two who actually show up in the series. Not even Jessica Drew show up in the series. Jessica Jones did, which I thought was really nice. The fact that Kelly Thompson threw her in here for a good couple issues. This is one fantastic series, and I highly recommend it. Though I'm upset at Marvel for bringing back the Iceman series, which had no reason to come back. I mean, if you're going to bring back a series, bring back this one. This one was good. Really good. Kelly Thompson did a fantastic job with this series. So now, what next series doing now? Oh, she's doing Mr. and Mrs. X. So apparently the stars of that series are going to be Rogue and Gambit because of the events of X-Men Gold number 30. Yeah, that's a book to talk about another time. This book, I'm going to give this book a 9.75 out of 10. It's a good book, and I love this series. Heck, I even like the previous, I even like the Lemire, I actually thought was pretty interesting. The Matt Fraction David Aja series was awesome. This series is just as awesome as that, and yet the way this series was written, it was written to be like, had the similar flavor what people liked about the Matt Fraction series, and yet here's kind of the Marvel's biggest problem. The X books basically are basically exceptions to this. Marvel apparently doesn't like to promote their books at all. DC, for a pretty good period of time, has promoted a good chunk of their books, though they basically reduced the promotion stuff to just Justice League, Batman, Superman, and Green Lantern. Marvel, on the other hand, has had this big, huge problem over the past several years where, where series are getting canceled because the series is not selling too well, though my personal theory is because Marvel doesn't give a damn about promoting these books unless the X titles, which do get promotion. Oh yeah, and also the Cosmic titles, which were pretty much like all of them, which were all the ones being published at that particular point in time last year, with the exception of Silver Surfer. Surprisingly, that was not included part of the marketing for the series because last year, here's how the marketing worked. They have promoted Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket Raccoon, oh, they became Rocket, Star-Lord, Thanos, the Guardians of the Galaxy Month Anthony series. Yeah, they promoted all 5 of these comic books while they're coming out, and yet they never promoted the Silver Surfer. The Human books got the same treatment where it was just, I'm trying to remember, I think it was, of the new books, it was Royals, Secret Warriors, and Black Bolt. Yeah, all 3 of these comics were marketed. And the Inhumans Once a Future King, that was promoted as well. The X books, pretty much all of them got marketed, good marketing, because at the end every book we had a pretty good period, like when these books coming out, and it's like all of the X books that get this promotion, with the exception of Deadpool. This fact he's an X-Men character, even though he has nothing really much to do with the X-Men. Spider-Man never has gotten promotion the past few years. The only time you see marketing for Spider-Man is if a big event's coming up. Does it know any other comic? Nope. It does not. And the Avenger books, same thing. Even the characters who appear in the pages of Avengers. Yeah, a lot of the time, some books just don't get any marketing. Because Marvel just does not care to put time and money into their marketing. DC, on the other hand, does put time and money into their marketing. Marvel does not care. And that's the reason why I think it's up a lot of these series didn't sell too well. Though I think American Chavez, as far as I can tell, that got kind of some promotion. Yeah, promoting a terrible comic book, while a comic book like this, a really good one, does not get promotion at all. Because Marvel just doesn't care to promote their comic books. With the exception of the X books, which apparently only books get marketed after Marvel, while all the rest of the books get barely or nothing at all. Alright, so that's a rant for another video. Okay, so that's it for this particular video of Comic Corner. Next one, which is going to be 2 more Marvel books, and it's going to be 2 Marvel Cosmic books. Okay, but until you see you all in my next review, which will be episode number 670, episode 574. Okay, until you see you there, bye.